Welcome back to my channel, Chronically Curly. So today I wanted to just do a small video. It's really more for women. I don't know if men can really benefit from this video because I'm going to be speaking about my fistulas. Um, if you're a guy and you have fistulas, you might benefit from it. I really don't know how that works on a guy's anatomy. But I'm going to tell you guys about my fistula history and all the things I've been through and being in a relationship with my husband and dealing with fistulas and being pregnant and dealing with fistulas. I don't know if everyone that has Crohn's disease has ever had a fistula. I don't know how common or uncommon it is for Crohns to have fistulas. I do know that fistulas have always been a part of my disease. When I was first diagnosed, or when I first got sick back in '06, when I first got sick in '06, my first symptom was anemia. I needed to get a blood transfusion, so I had like two of those big pints, and I had a blood transfusion when I was 18. And then no one knew, obviously, what was wrong with me. I was always pretty much a healthy child. I never had any major problems, no asthma, no, I didn't even have acne. I was really healthy. But at 18, it just went downhill for me. So after I had my anemia and I got the blood transfusion, I was already having a lot of hemorrhoids, a lot of, I would try really, really hard not to go to the bathroom for weeks or days. Like I spent 12 days without going to the restroom because the hemorrhoids would hurt me so much. And I would go to the ER like on a weekly basis, and they would just tell me, it's just a hemorrhoid, no big deal. These things happen. But no one really ever went beyond to look to see what was really wrong with me. So when I was 18, I had a boyfriend. I was sexually active, and I was at some point in our relationship, I did not want to have sex because it hurt. Something hurt. It felt like I had like a bone popping out. I did not know what was going on down there. I was a kid. So it eventually got to the point that I couldn't walk. I could feel the pus ball in my vagina protruding, and it hurt. I couldn't walk. I felt like my bone, I don't know, my bone had separated. That's really what it felt like, a bone. So that was right after my transfusion, and at this point I was in and out of the doctor trying to figure out what led me to have such chronic anemia. So I went to see a gynecologist, and I told her I'm in pain. I can't even touch myself. I can't even walk. And you guys, this lady, I don't know her name, but I kind of hated her in that moment. I'm sorry to say, because she decided we're gonna do a pap smear, and it was the most horrific pain. To this point, it gets worse, I know, that I have felt. So she did a pap smear, and it hurt me so much. I wanted to kick her in the face. And she told me, nothing's wrong. I don't see anything weird down there. You're fine. I don't see nothing. Okay, ping pong pow. Goodbye. So here I am, crippling, walking out of the doctor's office. I still have no answers. I still don't know what the hell is wrong with me. So I get to the point where I can't take it anymore. And I go to the ER, and I have a huge pus ball. Like, I'm not kidding you. It was like huge. And the doctor tells me, oh, that's just a fistula, girl. We're going to cut it out. We're going to choop choop. We're going to fix you right up. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm with my dad. That's who took me, my father. So they give me like a Percocet, And they're like, here, drink this for the pain. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I drink the Percocet, I feel all right. And then this guy comes in. He has one nurse on this side of my leg, one nurse on this side of my leg. My dad is hovering over me, okay? And he cuts my fistula open. No anesthesia, no put you under, no relaxation. I'ma cut this open, cold blooded. So I was screaming, as you can imagine. He's cutting up my vagine with a scapula, draining out the pus, and then he's sticking a gauze in there. So when this nightmare is over, he tells me, just come back in 3 days and I'll remove the gauze. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll come back so you can remove it, right? Because that didn't hurt at all. So I come back 3 days later. He lays me down. He opens my leg and he goes, if you guys have never had, like, imagine having an opening in your body with something stuffed and then they rip it out of your body. So again, I scream because, hello, that hurt. And he puts another gauze in there and he tells me, this one you can remove yourself. Okay. All right. So 3 days later, I go ahead and it's pretty graphic, but I had my boyfriend at the time remove the gauze for me. Mind you, this is my boyfriend helping me through medical situations. Then about 2 years later, I'm in a new relationship with Carlos, my husband, who I love. He's great. So I'm with Carlos, and he's been so supportive of me this whole time. It's our 1 year anniversary, which we started dating on Christmas of '08. So we're now at Christmas of '09. I am 21 years old now. So he took me to this beautiful restaurant. They were playing piano. It was probably the most romantic thing anyone's done for me, right? And I'm there in horrific pain because this pus ball's back. It's back, and it's back through the benches. So I'm in pain now. And thankfully by now I am diagnosed. I know I have Crohn's disease. I know that this is a rectal vaginal fistula. Yes, it's in the middle of, my anatomy right here. It's right there in the middle. See, up hole, bottom hole, right there. So I tell Carlos, he said, you want to go for a walk around the lake? And I'm like, no, I just want to go home. I'm in pain. I'm drinking flagyl for the infection, right? Because it's an infection that I have. So I'm drinking flagyl and I can't do it anymore. I'm like, take me home. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. I love you, but I can't do this. Like, I have to go lay down. So this was like the 26th of December, because obviously Christmas is the 25th. So the next day I go to a colon rectal surgeon. He's like, yep, you have a rectal vagina fistula. We need to cut it open and we need to put a rubber band. I think it's called like a ligation or something like that. I have to leave my medical records. But he said we need to put a rubber band and you're going to be fine, but this is what has to happen. And I'm like, oh, but you're going to put me under, right? Like, you're not going to make me suffer. He's like, no, you're fine. We're going to put you down. You're not going to feel a thing. And I'm like, yes. It's the little things that count at this point. So I had the surgery. They put in 2 rubber bands because I apparently had 2 fistulas. So he tells me, you have to let the fistula heal from the inside out, because if it heals from the outside in, you're just kind of like covering the infection back up again in your body. So it's like, that's fine. I'm going to do it. I had surgery like December 30th. So on Valentine's Day, the following year, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get these things out of my body. Like, I literally have 2 earrings in my vagina area. And I'm like, I'm ready to get them out of my body. I'm ready. So he tells me that's fine. You can get them out. Some people keep them on for a year, but if you want them out, we'll take them out. So I'm like, yes, take these things out. So he took them out. They were done for. I felt great. I had no pain. I had no more fistulas. I did suffer from perianal fistulas, but they're very small. They didn't hurt me as much. They really didn't pus. And even having this rectovaginal fistula, I still can pass gas through my vagina, which I know is so gross, but it happens. Sometimes I would pass stool as well, but I was just very hygienic, cleaning myself all the time. About a year later, I turned 22, and then I find out I'm pregnant with Leah. And as you can imagine, I'm overjoyed. I was on Cynthia at that time, and I stopped. I stopped all my medications because I really wanted her to have her best chance. So I made the decision, and I heard that women with chronic illnesses, that they go into remission when they're pregnant. So I was really hoping for that. So I got off all my medication, and I was pregnant. So about 5 months into my pregnancy, guess who's back? Yep, same fistula, same pus ball, same pain, but now I'm pregnant. So what happens now? So I go to my colon rectal surgeon. He's amazing. And I'm like, Dr. K, what do we do? I'm pregnant. You can't, what am I going to do? And he's like, don't worry. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put you under. We're going to put the rubber bands back in, and we're going to be fine. But I'm freaking out because I'm pregnant and now I have to go under anesthesia. And it was not general, thank God. It was just like local anesthesia, but it's still scary. You have a baby and you want to protect it. I, again, back third time, rectovaginal fistula, having surgery. I think this was like even bigger than the last one because he cleaned out my anal area, had like huge hemorrhoids, huge tags, skin tags from my hemorrhoids. So he cleaned me out, and he put the fistulas on. He put the ligaments back on my vagina. I had my daughter with those rubber bands on. And I promise you not, I kept them on for 2 years because I was just so afraid. I was tired of dealing with this fistula. He told me people keep it on for years, and I was like, that's gonna be me. Because I was just tired. I was tired of dealing with it. So I kept it on for 2 years, and I'm so blessed that my husband is so amazing and he supported me through that and he dealt with it. And we had a very functional relationship. We were very active in our romance and in our life. But he dealt with that, and I can never thank him enough for supporting me through that. So my rubber bands just came off on their own. I didn't cut them off. They just like, all right, we're done. So they just fell off. And now I still, like, I don't have the fistula. It's not infected, but I have like a piercing in my area down there. I have a piercing because I kept them on for so long that they just healed open like that. So I do pass when I have to, like, pass gas. They do pass through there sometimes. I feel it, like, it's a little embarrassing. I hope my husband never watches this video, by the way. Uh, but I do pass gas through there sometimes. Sometimes I will have like a little bit of pus passing through there if I'm like flaring up. I also have some of that passing through there. So yeah, I mean, for now, I feel great. It has not been infected ever since. I did find out a couple of years ago that I do have a vaginal fistula. Remember, this one that I suffered with is rectovaginal, so it's like in the middle of both my areas. But this one is a vaginal fistula, so it's inside my vagina. Um, I did go to an oncologist for that one, but he told me that as long as it's not inflamed, it's not pussing, it doesn't hurt me, that we could leave it alone. And when I do have intercourse, just to make sure I use a lot of lubrication to not irritate it. So I've been very fortunate that that one does not, like, I don't even think about it anymore. I don't know if it went away on its own or because I changed my diet. It just redid my whole functioning or the inflammation. I really don't know what happened, but I'm so blessed that I don't have to deal with that one. And I'm always keeping an eye on my fistulas, just making sure nothing uncommon is going around. I mean, a lot of uncommon things happen because I have Crohn's disease, but nothing out of my uncommonness. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But, these are the little things that people don't think that people with Crohn's or UC or whatever deal with. Like, you would never look at me and think, oh, that girl is dealing with, vaginal and rectal issues. You would never think that because it's not my stomach. It's not that. It's things that the average Joe doesn't deal with. And this is something I really wanted to talk about, especially for the girls that are dealing with it. Like, you're not alone. I've suffered through it. I've gotten through it. I've fought through it. I fight through it every day. I just really wanted to let you guys know that we're all suffering, all of us. So I don't want to ramble anymore. I just wanted to share that story with you guys and get into full detail about it. If you guys have any questions, please contact me. I would love to talk to you guys. I love to hear your advice and give advice and just really learn. I want to learn from all of you. And if I have something to teach, I really want to teach it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Follow me on IG. I love you.